The man was simply trying to grab a sip of water while on his flight. But then he suddenly noticed something odd. His fingernails were turned dark. As a doctor, he quickly identified the symptom, severe hypoxia. His body wasn't receiving enough oxygen. Before he could respond, the water bottle in his hand started to bend and crumple under the pressure. The glass on the tray table began to shake uncontrollably, and even the flight attendants sensed that something was off. One of them quickly made their way to their seat, fastened their seatbelt, and urged other passengers to do the same. But it was already too late. In the next moment, the plane hit a severe turbulence pocket. The water in the cup floated into the air as if in zero gravity. The cabin had lost pressure, and those who hadn't fastened their seatbelts were tossed around. As the seatbelts clicked into place, a sudden rush of air yanked everyone from their seats. Chaos erupted as the cabin shook violently, and passengers were left frozen in fear, gripping the armrest, hoping that they, in the cockpit. The pilot quickly recognized the emergency and put on his oxygen mask. Meanwhile, in the cabin, the overhead oxygen masks deployed automatically. Passengers rushed to put on their masks and catch their breath, but Gavin's wife wasn't as fortunate. Before she could fit her mask on, the absence of oxygen caused her to lose consciousness. What nobody knew was that a young girl was in the restroom when it all unfolded. Amidst the violent turbulence, she couldn't manage to open the door. Feeling trapped and suffocated, she eventually fell to the floor. Meanwhile, Gavin made my way over the flight attendant's station. He found a portable emergency oxygen tank and quickly secured it to his wife. Just in time, she took a breath again, narrowly escaping death. Then just as suddenly as it all started, the cabin pressure started to stabilize and the turbulence came to an end. The Flight Phi had somehow made it through the crisis, trying to reassure everyone on board. The captain made an announcement, explaining that the plane had encountered strong air currents that caused a storm to develop and caused damage to a cabin seal. That's what resulted in the sudden loss of pressure. However, the crew had implemented emergency protocols, and they were currently descending the aircraft. As the altitude stabilized, passengers finally began to relax and breathe easier. Shortly after, a flight attendant discovered the unconscious girl in the restroom, and she was in a state of panic. She quickly grabbed an extra oxygen tank and put it on the girl. Miraculously, she came back to consciousness. It felt the nightmare had finally come to an end. But nobody saw what happened next coming. That's when a middle-aged man started struggling to breathe. It felt like something unseen was suffocating him. The true disaster was just starting.